Bryce Remsburg, the official assigned to this match, holding up the AEW World Championship. MJF has had an astounding reign as the heavyweight champion. However, with such a tough test for MJF, being that his left shoulder is nowhere near 100%. Undoubtedly a major target for the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe, heading into this match. Samoa Joe has all the experience in the world, and it doesn't get any more classic than this match starting up with a tie-up, the collar and elbow. Unfortunately for MJF, there's not much of his collar or shoulder. MJF played a little cheap there. For MJF, he's gonna have to play cheap. He's gonna have to pull any kind of trick more than usual, which I don't even know if it's possible. But what is possible is just how quickly Samoa Joe can turn things around as he drove MJF into the mat with a fury of a Uranagi. Here come jabs from Samoa Joe, driving his right fist and now stomping into the injured shoulder of MJF. Taped up, patched up. It's as covered as it's going to get. Adam Cole with a broken foot. He's here to be there for MJF, to represent his friend for everything they've been through. Samoa Joe just mocking MJF. Worlds could truly end, and more specifically, MJF's world could fall apart if he is to lose the AEW World Championship. MJF, in what has been an unexpected turn for a year, the unexpected turn of a year, MJF just got rallied up by the fans, only for it to be blocked by Samoa Joe and then getting knocked right back down. Oh! And a senton as Samoa Joe dropped all of his weight onto the bad arm of Maxwell Jacob Friedman. MJF is in a world of hurt. Samoa Joe could be looking at this thing quickly, thinking muscle buster, muscle buster, muscle buster. MJF able to fight free out of it, evading what would have truly been, if not, the end. The reality was about to be set in stone had that muscle buster connected on MJF. MJF trying to turn it into an inside cradle, somehow managed to do so, despite the size advantage that Samoa Joe has over MJF. And being that he's one arm down, did a sunset flip. But when you lose all that strength in your arm, you can't get full leverage on that pinfall. There is no doubt about the amount of pain that Max is experiencing right now. That is completely out of the question. We know that he's in a lot of pain. How much pain is MJF going to be able to persevere through? How much pain will MJF be able to endure? Oh, here we go. The infamous kangaroo kick gets blocked by Samoa Joe as Samoa Joe launched him. Oh, my. I felt that. MJF tried to use the rope to hold himself up on the ring so he didn't get dumped on the floor, but in doing so, all of his weight was holding himself up. And the kick to the face just dumping Max to the floor. It's a rough turn of events for MJF. Samoa Joe gonna fly. Suicide dive from Samoa Joe. Lays out MJF out on the floor. Adam Cole trying to do anything he can to motivate his friend, motivate his tag team partner, the former Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions, when they defeated Aussie Open at All in London and what was the biggest crowd in pro wrestling history. Samoa Joe perching MJF up on his shoulders and driving with a DVD. Good night. However, the lights aren't out for Max just yet. Again, Adam Cole trying to be a savior for MJF, trying to build the beat for the crowd to follow, to get a little bit of blood pumping through the soul, pumping through the veins of MJF. A one-winged warrior is MJF. He is one arm short. A full dragon suplex. Straight jacket suplex. And that release straight jacket German Samoa Joe, with MJF knowing exactly where he was, showing great ring awareness, being able to get his boot on the bottom rope to force the break on that pinfall. Is MJF just in survival mode at this point? Is there a chance for victory? Or is this to come out without taking any further damage to that left shoulder? The longer this goes on, the worse it gets for MJF. There's got to be some sort of escape plan at some point for MJF. MJF blocking, trying to show that there's still signs of life, but Joe just blocking into the shoulder of Max. No, 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 no. Oh my God. Yeah, that's my face too. Adam Cole's face just watching that. I think the way that Max just got dropped from that muscle buster. I don't know if we're going to get a replay of that or not. In just a second, Samoa Joe's going to go for a cover. How in the world did MJF just kick out of that? Let's get another look at this. Muscle buster driving the shoulder right on the apron. That's good night. And at least that's what it appeared to be. Samoa Joe managed to get MJF back in the ring, and MJF is the one who managed to kick out. I don't know how he did it. When there is a will, there is a way. Somehow MJF has become a true man of the people, despite being once upon a time one of the most hated people, if not the most hated person in all Elite Wrestling. Samoa Joe now perching MJF up at the top, thinking one more muscle buster to seal the deal. However, it's MJF doing what he can to block Samoa Joe's attempt at another muscle buster. Headbutts as the crowd is behind their scumbag, the salt of the earth, as MJF driving that forearm, discus forearm to the spine of Samoa Joe. Can Max find a weak point in Samoa Joe to fully take control, to find a victory in this match? MJF back on the apron, or back on the rope, should I say, as he hammers away with his good arm. Just raining down on the Samoan submission machine. He's going to bite Samoa Joe. MJF biting Joe. Bryce Remsburg, the referee, telling MJF he had to get off. Otherwise, he'll get disqualified. And honestly, I can't say that MJF would hate being disqualified. MJF. Every little bit of movement in his arm is painful. Even just trying to get the crowd hyped up for a kangaroo kick. Went for another one, but Samoa Joe kicking Max in the midsection. It seemed a little bit lower than the breadbasket, but I digress on that. It's near the eyes of Samoa Joe. How wise is this to get Joe up on your shoulders? Is this even a good idea? I don't even know why I'm asking that as a question. It wasn't a good idea. It never was. It really wasn't a good idea. From the moment that that idea was conceived in the mind of MJF, it wasn't a good idea to put that much weight on your shoulder, knowing that you're entering with a just broken shoulder. All of it's just basically gone. Max throwing all of his weight into Samoa Joe to send him out to the apron. Oh! Joe getting his arm rung up on the apron. Can he get it? Heat Seeker! MJF got all of it. Can he pull it out? But Joe stays alive. A great strategy by MJF. Despite all the pain that Max is going through right now, he's still staying with it. Still coming up with game plan, idea with some game plan. If there's anybody who knows ball, it's the AEW World Champion MJF. Perhaps another heat seeker. No. Look at that. Samoa Joe just went through the ropes with MJF still up on his shoulders. MJF able to roll through, stack up. Looking for the Fujiwara. Looking for that salt of the earth. That Fujiwara armbar. Can he grab that wrist? I don't think he's going to be able to get there, can he? Using the wrist tape to his advantage. True innovation by the salt of the earth to get the salt of the earth Fujiwara armbar. But Samoa Joe being the Samoan submission machine, I get flustered on that one sometimes, I'll tell you. Samoa Joe truly wrenching on that arm of MJF. MJF is doing everything he can to stay with it. All that arm, all that damage being done to the arm, all that pressure. Adam Cole doing what he can to rally MJF, to keep him going, to be there for you when you need it the most. That's the kind of man that Adam Cole is, despite the pain that Adam Cole is experiencing. And MJF, with the will, fighting through the pain, found his hand to the bottom rope to force as a rope break. The labrum, the rotator cuff. Having torn the rotator cuff myself, it isn't an injury you want to experience. You lose mobility of your shoulder. Samoa Joe, whoa, Coquina clutch. Coquina clutch. That submission has won Joe world championships all over the world. MJF, though, is so quick on his feet, no matter what he's experiencing. MJF sent Joe to the corner, and it mashed and smashed into referee Bryce Remsburg. What kind of shenanigans? What does MJF have up his proverbial sleeve? And a low blow to Samoa Joe. MJF has Joe up on his shoulders. This time he's going to do it. I don't know how MJF is doing it. 1 foot in front of the other, 1 step at a time is all it takes. There's no need to rush as Joe gets dropped and floored into the mat. However, the problem is, here in the Nassau Coliseum, as the fans have erupted, MJF took a lot of power and energy to connect with that move onto Joe, making it a hike to capitalize on the opportunity. Can MJF get there? Or is it game over? MJF has the cover, but Remsburg is facing the wrong way. Now Remsburg gets there. 1. But Joe is there. Joe's got it. It took a long time. I mean, to be fair, when you get smashed into by Joe at that velocity, I'd be out for that long too. It's not like Bryce Remsburg can control. He's asking for the Dynamite Diamond Ring. Adam Cole saying he's forgot, looking like he's lost it. He's got it. But Joe's right there. Vaults. Seen that before. That's classic. Joe turns it right back into it. Coquina clutch again. MJF doing what he can to fight free, but come on, is this it? MJF, from the moment this bell rang, the moment the match began, it was an uphill battle. The arm goes limp for 1. 2 more times. We're going to crown ourselves a new heavyweight champion. That's 2. 1 more time, and it's game over. That's it. That's it. Joe's won. We got a new AEW World Champion. Samoa Joe just choked Max out. Yeah, Samoa Joe is your new AEW World Champion. What the difference could have been if Adam Cole had found that Dynamite Diamond Ring just a second faster. I'm just thinking of all the factors that could have played into a different outcome for MJF, but the story is that Samoa Joe is your new AEW World Champion. MJF's shoulder is completely shot. Everybody is in shock and disbelief, myself included. Samoa Joe's walking out with the title. What a turn of events it's become. It's the beginning of the era of the Samoan submission machine as the AEW World Champion. And I still can't seem to get it right. So I could say it 5 times, but it may not be right. Adam Cole trying to console MJF. The AEW fans are not pleased at the outcome of this match. Adam Cole saying that MJF, you fought a hero's battle. Oh, there come the masked men that represent the devil. With Adam Cole on one leg. Maybe on one leg. Adam Cole being held back as they're beating the life out of MJF. Adam Cole saying, let him go. And the lights go out. What in the world? The biggest trick the devil ever pulled was fooling the people into believing that he did not exist. And Adam Cole betraying the friendship of MJF. MJF gave everything for their friendship. For Adam Cole to turn his back on MJF. The Kingdom, Roderick Strong, Wardlow. It was all a ruse. And the mask of the devil, Adam Cole is the beholder of. Get your answer. Maxwell, Jacob Friedman is laid out. He gets stood over by Adam Cole and the masked men that have been revealed.